What is up, everybody?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Jahi, Wood, Corey here with episode 6 of Fatherhood Forward. We
Episode
are back.
6, baby.
Episode 6, man. We making way.
This shit fun. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't even realize
making it
episode 6 till you just said that.
Making it happen, man.
I put a little tidbit out there, man. Like, you know what I mean? Just y'all get some insight into like what we be talking about behind the scenes. We saw a statistic that, you know what I mean, it's a lot of podcasts out there, but majority of the podcasts don't make it to 10 episodes. So that's what we actually challenging ourselves to do, man. Like they say, once you make it to 10 episodes, right there alone, you in the top 10 of the podcasts that's out there, because most pods don't make it there. So
shit, we made it over the hump. We more than halfway through.
More than halfway there, man.
Let's get it.
Commend y'all, brothers.
Plenty more to go. Yeah, thank y'all, man, for maintaining a level of consistency. Like right now, Wood is out of town. I'm not at home recording right now, but we still making it do what it do. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm proud of y'all, and we are very grateful and gracious for all our listeners. We hear all the support.
Fact.
Thank you for the comments, the feedback. We greatly appreciate y'all.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to our women too, because obviously we got to step away from the kids for an hour to do this too. So you know, what I mean, we appreciate y'all too. Shania,
Great,
Brianni, we appreciate y'all. Stephanie, we appreciate you
for sure.
No doubt.
All right, so going into it. All right, so we are talking about today is we're talking about maintaining your spark in your relationship after having kids. So maintaining a spark, man. Like, why is this topic important to y'all?
Me personally, like, I come from just motherfuckers having babies and then breaking up right after.
Yeah,
I feel like that shit happen more times than none. Like the baby, you see a lot of people say, more men say to me, well, your girl gonna change after y'all had that baby, or this gonna change after you had that baby. When it don't have to. That's your narrative. You create that narrative for yourself. That ain't just because that's your story or that their story. It don't mean it's mine. You feel me? So
yeah,
I'm big on family, bro. Like especially after I had Lennox. Like I'm the way that me and my girl grew closer. Because I did learn more about her after the baby, but I didn't take that and turn it negative. Like, all right, I just know I got to make these adjustments so my girl is more comfortable, or just we keeping that spark, bro. That's what we talk about. You got to keep that spark, and if you don't, then it might go left. But I care, and this is what I want, so I'm putting that effort forth so we can maintain the spark that we got in our relationship.
It's crazy though, because like some people, like you said, like a lot of people, you know what I mean, had a baby and they breaking up, and it's typically within like that first year of having the kid, because it get hard. But I feel like you also see a lot of people break up during pregnancy too, because that's a different time in itself. Like even before it even gets to the point of having the baby.
Motherfucking hormones all over.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, you know what I mean, we all three of us that made it this far, you know what I mean? But I can easily say and honestly say that relationships, no matter if a kid is involved or not, relationships is not like an easy thing. You know what I mean? Like, you got to learn your person. You got to learn yourself. You know what I mean? It's going to be issues that arise. You don't know that an issue is an issue until it happens. And deciding on how to handle that issue is y'all coming together. Because like I said, you don't know what's going to be a problem until it happens, because you're not talking about problems from the first date. Like,
No.
You know what I mean? You don't
should be all peachy
exactly.
From the beginning.
You know what I mean? You're in that honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
And even like just touching on stages, bro, shit happens in phases. And I think that's something big to remember in relationships overall, is that you're going to go through different phases, especially once you have a kid. Especially once you have a kid.
That's a fact, bro.
A whole ball game has changed.
I feel like, man, when you had them kids, y'all can't like when the kids are here, we kind of lose sight of like the relationship sometimes because we're so busy taking care of the kids. But what I learned in marriage counseling this week was that, like, we was here before the kids. So we still have to kind of put ourselves, like, we still have to be put ourselves kind of first. You know what I'm saying? Like if your health isn't right, your mental stability isn't right, you're not gonna be able to be there for them kids.
For real. Like the kids is important, but I think in a healthy situation, if mom and dad is putting each other first, the kid's gonna be all right because they surrounded by love. You know what I mean? Like y'all there to provide each other nothing but love, and if y'all is receiving that and taking that in, you're gonna give a better like you to your kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That shit all come back to like keeping the main thing the main thing.
Shout out to
you
my
know
boy.
What I mean? Like, you just gotta keep the main thing, man. So
shout out to my boy. We winning this year too. Just putting that out there.
So with that being said, so it was.
Don't shake your head,
Yo, I found a compelling statistic. We really aren't into kind of reading stuff off, but this is important. So the Relationship Research Institute found 67% of couples report a decline in relationship satisfaction within the first 3 years of having a child. This is major because anybody probably would say that the first 3 years may be the most difficult. Like you got so many phases. You got the infancy phase, you got the early toddler phase, you got the toddler phase. All them years are difficult, bro.
So add this in there, add this factor in there. I was learning my girl the whole first 3 years, and then we got 3 years worth of kids together, nigga.
That's crazy.
It's like
that's crazy,
bro. It take a. I don't want to say a real nigga because anybody can say they just a real nigga, but it's just like
it take a real man.
It take a real man, bro. Like you just gotta buckle down, and even this because you decline, even if it is a decline, don't mean you gotta be stagnant with that decline. You don't have to stay there. You know what I mean? You can decline and then make your way right back to the top.
Yeah, but it's about putting in that effort to getting back to the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shit ain't gonna happen overnight, bro.
And it take the both of y'all kind of being on that same page and willing to get back to the top.
That communication factor.
Facts. It's a teamwork, man. It's a team. Like just like with sports, you need your teammates to carry their weight and lift you up when you down and vice versa.
All right, let's talk about it then. Let's get into it. So, how are we keeping things exciting, man? Like for me, I'll say, you have to understand your partner's love language, I think, too. For my instances.
That's right on the money right there, my boy.
For sure. So, my wife to be loves love language.
Talk that shit.
So, I talk about it. I talk about it at the end. I'll talk about it at the end. Our love language is like food. So we met in college. I was broke. She had a little bit more money than me, but our common ground was we love to eat, dog. Like, so we go out, we eat, we have good conversation, and that's kind of just doing date nights. You know what I mean? We haven't been able to go dancing and stuff like that, but you just have to understand your partner's love language and give decent time, like dedicate time. So we say like every 5 to 6 weeks we gotta go on a real date, like nothing like we're dressing up. You know what I mean? Well, we try.
That's a good job.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah. Where date nights or how are y'all keeping things exciting?
Like you just said just now, bro, like just that quality time. Like it'll be a random time where one of our parents is coming to get the kids, you feel me? It don't even matter. We don't specifically have to go out, but just when it's just me and her, that's when you feel me? That's enough. Whatever flame need to be re-sparked, that's what we doing right then and there. Whether we go out on a date, whether we in the crib playing board games or some random shit, you feel me? But it's us, you know what I mean? So as long as it's just us, we Gucci, bro. Like we good. We can. It don't always happen on time. We don't always get that time when we need it, but when we do get it, we take advantage of it. And I feel like it's always successful.
Yeah,
time spent. Yeah,
a good job.
I definitely feel like you do get it. Like the spark can easily come back when it is just y'all two. Like having the kids around 24/7, like that just add like, I don't want to say pressure, but like it just take away from to focus on each other because, like you said, you're so focused on taking care of the kids, taking care of the crib, like on a daily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to find time for it's just y'all. So
like even something like what we got going on right now. Like we in North Carolina right now. My kid's not with us. Well, my stepdaughter is here. She is here, but she with my girl grandma. She drove down here with my girl grandma.
Yeah, so y'all still getting some good time together, man.
That's what I'm saying. Even the ride down here, we spending time. Her sister and her boyfriend did ride with us, but we still like we bonding, we talking. You know what I mean? It's singing music together, slow jams on the way up. You feel me? Shit like that.
Love.
You know what I mean?
All right, so let me ask this. Go ahead, Corey.
I just wanted to say, bro, like, because I known both of y'all for years, you know what I mean? And I done seen y'all through the years, you know what I mean? Like, I want to shout out to y'all women because, like, I done seen y'all in different relationships and in different aspects and points in y'all life.
It's a fact.
I done seen y'all like grow into y'all who we are now, man. Like, and that's why I like
vice versa, bro.
That's really why I reached out to y'all to do this because like I got mad respect and admiration for y'all and y'all relationships, how y'all carry as men, how y'all carried as men for y'all kids. You know what I mean? Like, and I gotta shout out to y'all girls for that because I know firsthand, like me being in my situation, that they helped y'all become who y'all are because I didn't see that change really switch over until y'all was with them. So Brianna and Shania, you know what I mean?
And Stephanie, vice versa, bro.
Y'all,
for sure.
It take a village, bro. You ain't. I just said it don't happen overnight, man. Shout out to my man's Money. I don't know money, but that's his motto, man. It don't happen overnight. And it really don't, bro. You really gotta buckle down. You gotta want to do it. You gotta put that work in, man. We all did that as a team with our women. You know what I mean? So, like you said, bro, shout out to us, man. Shout out to us. Shout out to them.
Big shout out to us and the ladies, man, for sure. Facts. So, all right. Other things to kind of keep it exciting, right? Like small things, like small gestures. So, if we had any advice for the fellas, flowers.
Flowers, bro.
How often do you have to buy flowers?
I'm gonna keep it a B. Flowers is like they
once a month,
the first 2-3 days.
Yeah, that's why I hate buying flowers. I was gonna say that shit, bro. I hate buying flowers because that shit gonna die. I gotta clean the shit up. Like shit start falling off and shit.
They gonna be crispy as shit. They gonna like burnt bacon.
Yeah, like you go to pick them up, they start crinkling and shit. Now
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna put y'all on.
But Jahi, like you said, like once a month ain't bad.
Nah, I feel like that's cool.
Bad.
That's a good.
I'll be slipping. I ain't gonna hold you. There be times where once a month might not happen, and then my girl be on my shit out my ass. Shit out my ass about it.
It happens. It happens. But
because me personally,
y'all might go on a date still.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we still doing that. But me personally, I know that's what she like. You feel me? And if I'm slipping, she definitely like, what's up, baby? What's going on? Like, my fault, baby. My fault. Then I gotta get the husband carrying in the crib like this.
Is there a flower equivalent for men?
Oh,
I don't want no flowers, bro.
No, I'm saying that's why I said
no. Equivalent.
I don't want no
equivalent.
Flowers.
No, I don't want no flowers.
I was about to say, leave me alone. I don't know. I don't know.
So
like if they had to give me something,
just give you some time to yourself.
Yeah, because flower equivalent might be socks, bro.
No.
If we saying
no. I'm saying, what is it for you though?
Like
that's what I'm saying. It could be something that's personal to you.
Yeah, like
my girl like flowers, nigga. I like sneakers.
That don't even that's not equivalent.
But I mean that's his equivalent though. That's what he's saying is his equivalent. That's what make him feel like
not my monetary. It's not. We're not talking
that's
money
what I'm thinking
here.
of.
We're just
but
talking
the flowers
about
that's what I'm saying. Equivalent.
Yeah,
it has
exactly.
to be like equal. That's why I said socks. Like polo socks.
I don't want no socks.
I'll take some polo socks once a month. I'll run through some socks.
I don't want no random socks.
But that's me though.
I feel you.
I'm cool on this side.
I feel you.
Beaters.
Don't give me no random beaters.
This nigga on some Father's Day shit.
Nah, that's why I take it every so often, so I don't have to get that on Father's Day. They've done good and not got me socks though. So
I'm not gonna hold you. I think on my second birthday, I spent with my girl. She did buy me some black petal flowers, and I was like,
Oh, they
"Don't do
was
that
dope.
shit again. Don't do that shit again." I appreciated it. I appreciated it. Just I understand, and she had a nice card with it and explained why. You feel me? It was literally like I'm giving you your flowers type of thing. You feel me? So I appreciated it.
But in the back of your mind,
No, it was in the front of my mind.
Oh,
I had to say it after if I couldn't say it like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah, nah, you don't want to do that. That's a bad
After the fact, she asked me like, yo, how this feel?
nah. Okay, all right. So small gestures or flowers are good. Anything else? Y'all do love notes. Y'all surprise texts. Drop some food off to her job.
Definitely send a nice text message every once in a while. And if we're talking about on their hand, my girl, she packed my lunch, bro. She always put like a note into my lunch. So it was something that I get to read every time I open my lunch. You know what I mean? When she makes it.
That's love.
That's really romantic.
I got a fucking shoebox. I got a shoebox full of notes, bro. I'm talking about full of them, bro. I've been at my job going on 4 years or 3 years. And she, like, probably the first 2 years, bro, she ain't miss a day.
Yo, that's awesome.
That is.
That's
yeah.
I'm glad you married her.
Not yet. It's coming up.
That's what he said last episode, though.
I'm on your side, Wood. All right, so we already talked about quality time, flowers, the surprise text messages. Okay, that's really good at keeping the spark. So, where do you prioritize? Like, what do you prioritize in your relationship to kind of maintain the spark? Like, are you communicating? Like, is communication like the number one foundation for like understanding how important it is to keep you and her at the forefront of the relationship, or some things just happen naturally for you, or do you need to have that conversation a little bit more? I feel like I got boogie.
I'm more of like a natural type of nigga. Like I don't really talk about my feelings, and you know what I mean, what I want. Actually, we went through one therapy session. Yeah, that's what the therapist said. Like she said that I should start to tell people what I want, but like, bro, I don't want a lot of things out of people. You know what I mean? Especially out of my girl. Like, I'm more of like I take what I get, and that be it.
Me personally, knowing you, bro, you not just like that in your relationship. You really that type of person.
Yeah.
Like you don't. I've never like I ain't gonna say never because we had talks. You feel me? We've had plenty of talks, but it's just like it takes for you to go over that. Like, all right, like now, like when your blood boiling, that's when you're ready to talk type shit.
Right.
And then that's when shit gets said that you don't even really mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
So you definitely got to get out of that. Not talking about your feelings and shit, because that shit matter, bro. That shit matter. And your sons are seeing that. Your sons are feeding off the type of energy that you bringing to the house. You had a fucked up day at work. Come on, man, explain to your girl. Even if you gotta talk to your son, like, damn, son, sincere, that's what the fuck happened to me at work. You know what I mean? Just to get it off your chest and get it in the air. And you not holding that shit in no more, you feel me?
Yeah.
Because now you had a fucked up day at work. You come home, you might have a fucked up day at home. Now you right back at work the next day with another fucked up day. And that shit just piling on top of each other. And then you might step on a toy, and now everybody punk ass niggas in the house and shit like that. You feel me? Like now you cussing everybody out. You know what I mean?
Fact, though. I'm working on it though, man. I definitely gotta go back to therapy. We only did that one session, but what about y'all though, man? Like, y'all like, y'all could really put me on game with this.
I mean, I do shit like just speak about unrealistic shit. Honestly, like I ain't gonna say unrealistic, but like I talk about going places all the time. Like, babe, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. I might say that shit 5-6 times a day. I don't mean we go and do it, but now it's in the air. Mm-hmm. And when we do get some free time, babe, remember when we was talking about this and that? You want to do that this weekend?
Boom, like keeping it on the radar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now we on it because I spoke about it or because she spoke about it. It's in the air. Now she know that's what I want to do, or vice versa. If she say something like that, now I know that's what she want to do. I might write it down in my notes or something. If I get a couple extra eyes, let's do that.
Yeah.
we've been since we've been in marriage counseling for like a year and that. I guess it was like a year, maybe longer than that. We've emphasized on the importance of communication. So, I used to be an ultra communicator, like when we first started our relationship, but I only spoke about what I wanted to. So it came to the point like where we at now. Uh, she is overly ready to communicate. Like before, she used to shut down. Like she used to get to the point where she'd shut down. She needs her own time, and I'm so adamant about like having a conversation because that's just me. But now, my grandfather always told me this when I lived with my grandparents before me and Brianni started living together. My grandfather always said, "Yo, you ain't gonna win no arguments. You might as well just stop arguing." And no matter if you wrong or no matter if you're right or not, you don't win these arguments because it still turns into something. So now I'm at the point where I just like if I know this ain't gonna go well, I gotta bite my tongue. Even if I know it might help me get something off my chest, I bite my tongue, and that's effective communication because I'm understanding my woman to know that certain things ain't gonna go well. That doesn't mean that you can't express yourself in an effective way. So, effective communication is making sure you have an understanding for who you're talking to and how you're saying it. You're responsible for what you say. The person that you're talking to is responsible for how they receive it. I just been super heavy on that. And when you continue to work on your communication, like for you, Corey, you need to kind of get an understanding for why you are the way you are. Yeah. And you might have to. I know you tried to do the solo counseling before. Continue to try, and you'll get to the root of it because once you get that out, it'll help everything else blossom for the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. Not to cut you off, Jahi, but you saying you understand your woman, you understand like how y'all communicate. That's about understanding yourself and how you gonna react to certain situations too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So if you know that this conversation gonna go left because of how you're going to react to something that she says or something that she does, you do gotta bite your tongue a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to keep the peace in the crib and maybe talk about it another time. You know what I mean? Because I know when me and my girl going through something and she sees something, I know that might have been a trigger for me. I mean, it might have been something that could have been talked about at a later time because both of our bloods are boiling. And when my blood boils and her blood boils, that's a motherfucking explosion. You know what I mean? And we still got these little girls in the crib. We still got these kids in the crib. And at this young age, me personally, I don't want my kids to be around when we arguing.
Not at all.
I don't want them to hear. I don't want them to hear their mom yelling or hear their mom stressing or hear their mom crying and shit like that. I don't want that for mine. You feel me? So just understanding the situation, understanding yourself and how you react to situations as a man, and understanding your woman, like Jahi said, and how she reacts to certain situations and the shit that you want to say to her. It's just about understanding what you got going on and what's on y'all plate. Mm-hmm. It's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah. So we gotta find strategies for more effective communication, and we'll come back. We'll kind of revisit this situation to kind of help our brother out because I'm sitting here thinking like this is kind of like you have to be in that space for yourself because me personally, I'm a communicator. Like I don't have an issue with it, but everybody doesn't have it all. You know what I mean? I struggle in my own areas, but
for sure,
we got to find ways to kind of help uplift our brother. So whoever hears this episode and you have any tidbits when it comes to helping effectively communicate, let's talk about it. We'll just build on it.
Comment section, DM don't matter. You know what I mean? Right. If you know what you know, we always open to knowledge.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. So you and your partner are a team. Y'all are become one. So how does teamwork work when parenting, like supporting each other, being persistent with supporting the kids,
and doing that shit at the same time. That's the toughest task. I feel like supporting your partner and supporting your kids, all while trying to support yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like that's definitely a tough task, but it's doable because we've been doing it. We've been doing it because we still here. We still in our relationships. You know what I mean? We still maintain it.
So let's talk about this. A lot of men feel underappreciated, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, especially the men. I'm talking about the men who are obviously there for their families, day in and day out. I feel like I've got to understand that those men don't feel appreciated. When it comes to being a team player, do you feel like you have not overextended? Is the energy reciprocated evenly? Or is it just a societal norm for men to just give more of themselves and be used to not receiving as equal back?
I think it's reciprocated just differently though. Like,
Okay.
I don't think like women take on the same responsibilities as men, and vice versa. I don't think we take on the same responsibilities as women.
That's a fact.
So it's kind of hard to say, like, because I've had the moments where I felt like underappreciated. Like, I can be honest and say that, but like, it's like I haven't gotten to the point where I could pinpoint exactly why. But it's just like you know the feeling of like, damn, like I'm doing all this and I'm still getting this. Like, it's I don't know. I'm working on that part.
That's a fact, though. That's definitely a fact, and it's just like that's one of them things where, you, like Jahi said, I feel like you got to bite your tongue on.
And that's
what
what I was going to say too, because like as
how
men,
do you?
my fault. I was just going to say we just
Go
take
ahead.
a lot of shit on the chin, but nah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like how do you pinpoint this without making your partner feel a certain type of way?
Facts.
Without making them feel like what they doing is not enough, because what you're doing is enough. You're obviously doing enough, but it's like you said, bro. Like we got feelings too. So how can I pinpoint this without making you feel some type of way about how I feel, or making you feel some type of way without making you feel less than, and making you feel like you're not doing enough? Like, because I'm content. I'm very happy within my relationship.
And
But
that's something that I got to
feel
work
me?
on, because I feel like that
It's
goes
like
into why I don't talk about this shit.
when you say "but," it's just like what you said before that is out the window. Because nigga, what? You know what I mean? So that shit definitely, it's hard. It's hard to talk about that. It's hard to speak on that without making a woman feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Is damn, I got so many questions. I'm asking and answering so many things in my head, because this is a really good topic. Shout out to Wood for coming up with this topic for the week, man. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm starting to come to the conclusion that is a description of being a man head of the household mean that you just have to carry more across the board, and that, like you said, our women have to carry different levels of things that we don't necessarily have to. But man, I feel like when it comes to like the outlets, the resources,
I feel
being
like
in our heads so much, you get what I'm saying? Like,
my fault. That shit is on us, bro. Whether you want it to be or not, it's on us.
okay,
As a real man, as the head of the household, it's on you. Whether if you feel like it ain't, then you're not the head of the household. If you feel like it shouldn't be, then you're not the head of the household. That's just what you got to do as a man. You got to carry this shit. You got to, for your kids, for your for yourself. You know what I mean? First, but you got to carry. You got to carry it, bro.
Shit get
I don't
heavy
feel like it's no
sometimes,
other.
bro.
I don't feel like there's no other. That's why you got a partner. That's where the communication coming at, because it's been plenty of times where I had to talk like, babe, man, this shit, I don't think I can do this shit. I need you. You know what I mean? Like I fucking need you. This load getting heavy. I fucking need you. Whether it's with time, whether I need time to myself, whether I'm putting in too many hours at work and coming home and getting super sleepy. I'm not spending as much time with my kids and shit. My girl just told me the other day, spade for spade, bro. You need to spend more time with your kids. You need to play with your kids some more. You're doing all this extra shit at work. You're doing extra hours and all that. Come home and spend time with you. Right, man. Let me fall back from work a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't do these 16s. Maybe I do need to call out for a week so my daughters can get back in daddy mode. You feel me? So it's you got to carry that shit at the end of the day, bro. And whatever obstacles you face on the way to the goal, you deal with that in the open. I don't feel like you have to deal with. I ain't gonna say you don't have to. I'm getting off topic.
Nah, cause when you talk about parenting, no, you right though.
Because
you're
going as
teamwork
a man,
parenting.
That's what I'm saying, teamwork. But you going through these obstacles, and sometimes you may feel like you're alone because of the load, because of how heavy the load is. You may feel like you're alone, bro, and that's where the communication comes in. I don't have a problem telling my girl what's on my plate. It's too much right now. I know this is what I'm asking for. I know this is what the goal is, but right now, my cup is running over. I got too much going on.
And when you get to those instances where you feel like this, because we talked about this, but I think before we don't necessarily aren't able to talk about everything with our woman, and I think where me, you, and Corey align is that we all have loads to carry, but we're also there day by day. So that means if you're struggling with something, bro, call somebody, text somebody, hit the group chat. It's because we are building a business, but we're also building a community, and the community starts with us. If we're not open enough to speak with each other, what the hell are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So remember that, and I'll keep it in mind myself, because we all get into those moments where we're like, man, listen, I ain't feeling talk about this shit. It's gonna stress me. I'm gonna put it to the back of my mind. But at the end of the day, you still wake up thinking about it. Mm-hmm. So remember, everybody, if you listen to this, you have community here. You subscribe to us. You listen to us. When you see us, you know what I mean. If you see us and you have something on your heart, and the moment is right, let's talk about it. That's what we're doing this for, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind. To lighten the mood, though, right? We're still talking about keeping the spark, so let's stay on track. How do y'all maintain intimacy? I got a funny story for y'all. It's real short. Maintaining intimacy, whether it's sexy time, physical sexy, touch, emotional.
Sexy time is crazy.
Yo, nasty time.
Yo, I don't know if it was before we had kids or not, but I think I was working maybe one of them odd jobs, like before I was cutting hair and everything. Yo, me and Brianna used to set a time. It used to be like 4 a.m. Wake up, we getting at it. shit only lasted. Yo, it was because we was working so much.
Yeah. Hey,
bro, you know them early morning joints though.
The morning, I missed them joints before I had kids, bro. I missed them joints.
Early morning joints, boy. But it's yeah. So we only did that for a week because it's still waking up at 4 a.m. and it's like, oh,
crazy. That's gonna wear your ass out.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't every like day, but
after I get that motherfucking, you know what I mean?
It's done.
Ain't shit getting done after that.
Yeah, you just slept past the work alarm and everything.
Yeah,
like,
right.
What that alarm? Should be different. I never heard it.
But how do y'all? Yeah, we gotta clip that. Nah, don't clip that. They're gonna have to see the episode for this.
Yeah.
So how do y'all maintain y'all level of intimacy? So we talked about like doing things separate, but like when you have these babies, are y'all like, does intimacy kind of lack a little bit?
No, I think it's about like finding the moments, like you said though, because like I had a moment, like not like we setting it at 4 a.m, but I never forget this one time, like I get a little personal. This one time, my mom she was like picking Sarah from daycare and shit, and I think I was home from work early or something, and I know Stephanie get off at a certain time, and I know how long it take her to get home, so. You know what I mean? I had a little time on my hands. I know I ain't got to pick up Sincere. So this time, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get something in. So
I made that 30 push-ups right there.
You know what I mean? Right. So, you know what I mean? I know she had some lingerie tucked away and shit. And around the same time, I had bought her these Louboutins and shit. So, you know what I mean? I had set it up by the door as soon as she walked in. She didn't know what was going on. We got the color lights in the crib all throughout. So, you know what I mean? I had some rose petals and shit, set it on the floor and shit. She walk in, it's a note about a lingerie hanging up on the wall. It say, put this on, don't say nothing. And just, you know what I mean, meet me in the room. You know what I mean? You just gotta go like a little extra
levels.
Yeah, you gotta set the little extra mile and shit, like, and just to keep that up, because I feel like that really do change each other's mood internally. Like it just,
Yeah.
it can't always just be the regular. Like, you know what I mean? Just remember that y'all was in a relationship before this. Take it back to
Before,
that. You know what I mean? Like
that
whenever
was
you
good.
find the moment.
That was
That's
good,
a great
Corey.
John. That's a great John. I wish
good.
we gotta get the clappers. We gotta get the clappers.
Fact.
Yeah, that was good.
We gotta get that. That's a great John, bro. But that's like you said, man. This reminding yourself and your partner that y'all was in a relationship, and this relationship was here before the kids.
Yeah.
Me personally, me and mine get to that all the time. So I don't
Clearly.
like that's just like
He said clearly.
me and mine get to that all the time, bro. Like it's just like whenever we can type shit, bro. Like it's gonna be a 5-minute little quick session. 5 minutes might turn into a 45-minute joint. Now the baby crying, we gotta hurry up and get shit together. Like shit like that, bro. I really don't have a problem in that area. I don't think anything changed from the beginning to now. Like from before kids to now, it really didn't change. It's just all about, like you said, Jahi, like having that time, making that time. But we make the time. We make that motherfucking time.
Even in the tough moments, you know what I mean? Like I said, we gotta reconnect.
Yeah. Man, I'm talking about middle of the argument. Come on.
We need to reconnect.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
I added that to the arsenal too.
Yeah,
I
that's
added
tough.
that to the arsenal that we need to reconnect. What you were saying, Jahi?
Yo, so when y'all ladies were pregnant, right? Shit was different each pregnancy for Brianni. Bro, it get to the point where I don't really want to go hanky panky when she really big. It get like I'm talking like 8 months is like I don't know, bro. It's like something internally. It's not like I'm not attracted to my woman. It's just like
I've heard that before. I mean, it's a little limiting. Like it's a little limited in what you could do. Like I can't.
Do you think it's because you limit, like you said, Corey, limited to positioning?
Yeah, right. I can't throw them legs up behind your head and shit.
I never even thought about it, bro. It wasn't as bad with Jabri. Nah, it was for her. She wasn't really feeling it with him. 7, she was ready to go, and I'm like, come on. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't feeling that shit at all. Okay, maybe that was just a me thing.
I've heard that before. I know, bro. It's not just you.
I know personally. I ain't gonna say no names, but I got a friend that, nigga, him and his girl ain't had sex the whole time she was pregnant.
I've heard that. I've even heard, like, even after, like, you know, like we talked about the 6-week mark and shit. Like, motherfuckers take it longer than that, bro, because they just.
Yeah, motherfucker, sex drive don't be driving.
And it's not to say like something wrong with you. It happens. Like that's why I say you're not alone.
There's something wrong. It just be hella side work, like
yeah.
Side from the back. Got six pack that last month.
Yeah.
Nah. I just had to ask that question though.
Nah, that's a good question though.
So we talked about emotional, like reconnecting. I mean physical reconnecting. So emotionally, do y'all have those times where y'all really talk to each other? I mean, I know Corey spoke on it a little bit, but like asking each other how you guys feel and what you feel, because that's a part of intimacy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, me and my lady do that very, very often, bro. Like very often. Like, what's on your mental? How you feeling today? Like, just talk to me. Like, maybe like 2-3 times a week. If it's a time where we just sitting on the couch and the kids is right there playing and shit, that's when we might have a conversation right in front of them.
And if you're setting time for anything, it definitely should be for that. I feel like that's really. It'll
be a time where I just look at her and something in me is telling me to ask her what's on her mind. What's on your mind? Like, is there anything I need to do more or less of?
Yeah.
Like how you feel about this or how you feel about that? Like, talk to me. You know what I mean? That's just like it's very important, bro. Very important. Just for the simple fact that you making yourself vulnerable for that conversation. You opening up and letting her know that I'm willing to listen at this moment, right here, right now, to whatever the fuck you got going on.
Shit is important, man. I had seen a video on the gram and shit, like probably like a couple weeks back, And it was just a dad saying that he do that same thing with not only his lady though, but I mean he had older kids and but he asked his kids like how like
Yeah.
is there something that daddy could do to be better? And it was funny though because in the video, the daughter had told him like, well, I think your pancakes could be better. And he said after but he said after that, every day he's practicing on his pancakes.
He was
You know what I
working.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's about like finding out like what they need. And
Mhm.
you know what I mean, but it's also a matter of finding out in a healthy way and it being delivered to you in a healthy way that where y'all can actually have that conversation and make changes on it.
Mhm.
That's good. Okay.
That's deep.
We have been connecting emotionally. I guess the counseling has helped kind of the most, man. We had a big sheet that talked about like the do's and don'ts of communicating, and we didn't went through that like top to bottom. And one simple John was like, don't use sarcasm. And I'm a very sarcastic person, but your partner can pick it up, but it does nothing good for your relationship if it's sarcasm being thrown back and forth. You know what I mean? Another one was like, don't bring up your partner's shortcomings or their mistakes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because you can feel like you're being attacked in the moments.
Exactly. So, emotionally, we don't really sit there and be like, what's on your mind today? But we do have conversations like, where are we headed? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's important too. It's very important. It's like I said, you could compare relationships to sports a lot. Like in a team, you got to know like where you going towards your goals. We talked about that last week, having goals and knowing where you're going because you can't just run a race blind. It's a marathon that you're running in these relationships. It's not easy. It takes time. You're gonna go through different phases within that marathon, and knowing the goal and having that there together, everything that y'all do in them phases should be correlating to achieving that goal. So
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
good.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good. Okay. All right. So I'm pretty sure Wood will be back, but we're going to transition into another segment.
I actually had I wanted to know something from the both of y'all though, because like we all got
My
two
fault, yo.
kids. Like, do
You
y'all
good.
think
Go
like
ahead.
you know what I mean the the relationship changed? Like, 'cause y'all seen postpartum after one kid. Was it different with the second kid because now y'all got different responsibilities and we talk about like you know what I mean keeping the spark. Was it different keeping the spark after the first one? Was it different keeping the spark after the second one compared to the first one? Like more so after the second one because that's gonna be like a big difference. Did y'all see any difference in that?
I feel like it was easier the second time because I knew her. I knew how she operated after the baby. I knew what I needed to do and what I didn't need to do. And the shit that triggers her, the shit that didn't, shit that helped her. After the first time, I was going, that motherfucker blind. Like I told you, she got pregnant. We wasn't together that long, but she got pregnant the first time. So I'm still learning her and still learning what the fuck this dad shit is about to be. I feel like I'm hearing shit from other people that's parents already. Like, I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I was super nervous. But the second time, I feel like it's a cakewalk. It's like riding a bike. I did it before.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Wood on that. Brianni was just so on like knowing that postpartum depression is like inevitable. So with her knowing that, she didn't kind of sulk in it, but I think with her knowing so much of it, it was like, damn, she knows that weight that comes with it. So it's kind of always there. So all I can do is kind of help alleviate it. Like it's the small things, the flowers, the foot rubs, the back rubs, the dates. It's the whole thing that you got to go through. You have to work very hard to combat postpartum depression because it's going to happen no matter what. It's just how you deal with it.
Yeah.
Because Corey, I mean, we talked about it before. Postpartum depression in men is real too, and I think it sways. Man, I really think it sways because you remember you losing sleep, you still gotta work, you got daycare bills, that is weight in itself, and that it only concerns your household.
Facts.
It don't even say what you got to deal with when you go in these streets. You're not in the street, but you know what I mean? When you in the real world, period. Like,
Yeah.
Facts.
I feel like that type of depression is, you gotta pacify that shit. That's another baby in itself. You know what I mean? You gotta pacify it, bro, for however long. Whatever you you gotta be there, hands and feet on land. Take care of your baby and take care of that depression, because if you don't, that motherfucker go left.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it is.
So I'm trying to get a therapist now. I'm trying to just tackle that shit before it get too bad, man.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You got it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's go into this last segment. It's kind of balancing a couple time with the kids' needs. So, do you guys like involve the kids in your bond with your partner? Like, how does that work?
Sometimes
Y'all do activities together. Like, I know Corey and Stephanie do hella shit. Like,
yeah, they be outside. Matter of fact, I need your itinerary. Matter of fact, man.
Nah, real shit.
Yeah, Stephanie finding different shit to, like, you know what I mean, keep him busy. And it be you know what I mean, good family time. But even like what come with that though, it's like, you know what I mean, getting out the house is already one thing, like with multiple people. You know what I mean? Like getting everybody ready. You're gonna go through some fights with the kids. You know what I mean?
By the time you get ready, you ain't even trying to go nowhere.
Right, because it's a whole process. Like we men, we know, like if we getting ready, it's gonna take us, like, I know I speak for myself. It take me about like 10, 15 minutes to get ready. I can actually
take long.
I can wait till everybody is done and get myself together and I'm ready to go. Yeah. Like, and you know what I mean, that's something that I battle with too. But you know what I mean, she definitely do a good job of trying to keep us busy and, you know what I mean, keep us doing activities to make the memories and stuff like that. But you know what I mean, don't just look at it for face value. It's other things that go behind the scenes into that. And you know what I mean,
for sure.
That's what we here on this pod to do, just to bring the real to being a dad. It's a challenge getting out the house. It's a challenge.
Yeah, it is.
It's certain things out here that'll really help us with that family time and shit. I'm gonna send y'all some shit I just found on TikTok. There's certain places and certain days where kids eat free.
I seen that, yeah.
Kids get it for free. You know what I mean?
Seen like Outback on Sunday and shit. Like,
yeah, like just taking advantage, but you gotta buy a real meal.
Yeah, but you're gonna eat. So
you gotta buy your meal, but your kids eat free. So it's just like this taking advantage of your resources, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people make excuses instead of making a way, and this is always a way.
Whew, that's a bar.
It's always a way, man. It's always a way. You gotta make a way.
It's a fact, man.
Yeah, we working on involving the kids. We do pretty good, man. We try our best, but we be tired, bro. Yeah. But we take the kids out to eat with us, even though they're selective eaters, man. We went out to a fancy restaurant last week and got rained on.
Oh, you had
all
the kids
types
with
of
y'all?
stuff. Yeah,
That's
when we went
up.
to the Coin, and it was popping over there. It's some joint called Sunday Service, Sunday something. They was on the rooftop, and it was popping up there, bro, popping. I said, "Damn, where all these black people came from?" But we brought the kids, and my son eat everything. 7 is a selective eater, but we do a lot of stuff with them. The parks, and I want to get them involved in different things too, though. But they're pretty involved in what we do, just spending time, and we're trying to show them like a healthy family dynamics, like a healthy relationship. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we kind of keep them involved in a lot of stuff that we do. Have you ever like kept that in mind, that you guys are like trying to set a healthy standard for what your kids see day to day?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like, especially coming from like my background of like not having my biological dad and mom like together, like I keep that in my mind. Like, even like we said, relationships is hard. You're gonna have moments where y'all, you know what I mean, going at it, and you know what I mean, that definitely stays in my mind. Like, yo, this could affect my family now.
I literally was just about to say that same shit, Corey. Like, just growing up the way I grew up, when my mom and dad argued, that shit was World War III in the crib.
Right.
Like, I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, I'm in my room. I'm trying
to come out that motherfucker.
I don't want to come out. You feel me?
Yeah.
And my My mom was the type mom when she mad at one person in the house, she mad at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do nothing, or you gonna agitate her, you gonna make it worse. You know what I mean? So coming from that, I just want the not to bash my parents. You know what I mean? But I don't want that for mine. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I don't want when my kids see me mad, they don't. Oh, we gotta leave that alone. Like no, I still love y'all. You know what I mean? I still want to interact with y'all. You know what I mean? But that shit rough, bro. Like trying to not to weigh in on you. You ever think about how much you don't want your kids to go through what you went through, but you trying to avoid it so much that you actually putting them through the same shit that you went through as a kid.
Yeah, because you're thinking
Like
about it so much, it's almost like manifestation in a bad way. Yeah.
Your thoughts are really taking control.
Definitely.
Shit takes control, bro.
Like if you got negative thoughts, you're gonna put that out into your energy, man. Like that's why I said in the previous episodes, like you gotta program yourself to like have them positive thoughts because it's gonna come out in what you do and you know what I mean your actions. That shit is mad important.
That should go back to that meditation shit we was talking about too, bro. It should go back to that. Even if you just take a little 10 minutes to think about your goals and your aspirations and the shit that you want to do and you want for your family. Sit back and think about that shit for a little 10 minutes to yourself, bro. Just think about it. And life is hard. Life is hard, and everybody go through things, but it's all about manifestation, the goal. Talking about the goal and shit get deep, bro. Shit get deep. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Do y'all got like I mean, cause we all in long term relationships, so we go through like moments of arguments and shit. Y'all, how do y'all bounce back? Cause you gotta quickly bounce back because you're in the household with your kids. Like we said, we don't want them to see that.
As a wise man once said, we gotta reconnect. We gotta reconnect, man. I ain't gonna say that's the answer for everything, but just expressing your love, letting your partner know that just because we arguing don't mean I don't love you no more. I still love you. I still want to be here. We just had a disagreement.
I think it's levels to arguing. Disagreeing and arguing two different things. So me and my wife don't argue. We don't argue anymore.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful, bro.
I think you had stepped away when I said it. With at marriage counseling, we're given a communication sheet, so it's like do's and don'ts. So we kind of model our relationship kind of around that in every sense, man. We kind of got a better understanding for ourselves and each other. So if it get close to an argument, bro, we stop here. We'll agree to talk about it tomorrow, or we got to come back and talk about it when we have cooler heads. You know what I mean? They say cooler heads prevail.
It's important.
So yeah, we're not doing the arguing no more, man. It's not conducive. You arguing, frustrated with each other. The kids hear y'all arguing, and then you contradicting, setting not a good standard. You're just the whole energy is down in the home. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen, but it hasn't happened in a long time. I really can't remember.
I think you said that last episode that the whatever attitude that the parent have, more so the father, that's the attitude of the crib.
The whole energy
whole energy is off. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
you have to pull yourself up, man, and it's hard. It's easier said than done. But
I think it's just anybody in the crib though, because we talked about it even with the kids. Like when the
kids
is on some shit, like that just changed your whole mood. When we on some shit, it changed everybody's mood. And
it's shit. It been time where my kids is upset to the point now. Me and my girl arguing because they upset. I don't even know how we got here.
Right.
But because Lennox is upset about something and she's crying, I got attitude because she's making it more than what it is. My girl got attitude with me because I got attitude with her. Now we just got attitudes with each other. It's a bad mixture. Yeah. But identifying it is step one. That's step one. Identifying the issue, identifying what the fuck and why the fuck. That's step one. And then go from there. Just addressing the shit, going from there. Yeah. It's easier said than done, but it definitely happens. Definitely happens.
All right, to kind of wrap up, keeping the spark. How important is it to you guys to show love and respect to your partner around your kids? I had I had just left the house to go to the barbershop earlier, and I kissed Brianni twice, and Seven was in her lap, and then I kissed Seven on the cheek, and she naturally just watches our interaction. And my daughter ain't a kisser. Like I don't kiss none of my kids on the lips. I think that shit is freaky.
Yeah, I don't do
To
that.
each his
either.
own.
But,
They
yeah,
your
to each his
kids.
own. To each his own, but I don't.
They your kids. I ain't judging you. But so when she saw that, she was like, "Oh, okay." You know, I gave her a kiss on the cheek. So we're kind of teaching our kids subconsciously how to interact in a healthy relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you don't do that, if you're listening and you're not showing that display of affection in front of your kids, I feel like you're doing them a disservice because they have to see what a healthy relationship looks like in order for it to manifest
Facts.
in their own lives.
It's like limiting them in a bad way.
I wouldn't say it's a big priority, but I do that shit all the time, bro. Coming to the crib from work, I hug my girl for fucking 5 minutes. I'm just squeezing her in front of all that.
Especially with y'all having daughters, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I try to set the example, bro. I come in the crib, kiss my girl, hold my girl, talk to my girl, but it's right there in front of the kids, bro. They hear everything that we're saying and how to make conversation going. And then I have even a separate section where I hug all my daughters, bro, all three of them. I grab them and hold them all together just to let them know, like, I love y'all. You know what I mean? I love y'all. This is, and that's it, bro. that's the way I show my love, bro. Like,
Nice.
sometimes it might be annoying to them. Like, it'd be times where I come in the crib and kiss my girl. I might overdo it a little bit. Might kiss her a little bit too long. Now they like, ew, man. But like something like that, you feel me? Now they know, like, all right, that's how he shows his love to my mom, and I appreciate that. They appreciate that, bro. So
That's what's up, man. That's beautiful.
them daughters, man.
You showing them how a man is supposed to treat a woman, man, early, and it's like
So
that's gonna be
this is my
embedded.
question. This is my question to y'all, right? When I feel like, how can I say this without?
Now we don't hold nothing back on this pod, man.
I'm not trying to hold it back. I'm just trying to word it correctly. You know what I mean? Like, they say in the way I act towards their mom and all that other shit. How can where do I cut that off at? So I'm not doing too much, so they're not exposed to too much too early. Because now I got a 8-year-old, almost 9-year-old stepdaughter. I got a 2-year-old, and I got a 1-year-old. My daughter Lyric will be 1 next week.
I know what you're saying.
So it's like now I got this 8-year-old, and she's seeing this, and she knows this is how my stepdad treats my mom.
Right.
She know I treat her mom right. Where do I?
Because they pick up on like what we doing.
She's picking up
Yeah.
on it. But the way that the 8-year-old picking it up ain't the same way that the 2-year-old.
Right.
Niley's not picking it up the way Lennox picking it up.
It's like you don't want to give them ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I get it, bro. Because my fear is
she's taking what she see in the crib, and she's going outside. And we talked about last episode with these phones and all this other shit. You know? So it's just like me that's where my biggest challenge is, bro. Not hovering, not doing too much, but not doing enough also.
Well, I think in your instance though, with you said her name Niley, like I think you have to, because she's 8 and like you said, she understanding it different than a 2-year-old. I think at this point you can start to have that conversation. Like, what you're seeing is this, and that's for mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
That's not for
that's
you
what
yet.
My girl, but that's what my girl does. So that do I mind my business on that and let the mom explain?
Well, you gotta have that conversation with Shania.
Well,
and you know what I mean, before y'all even jump to doing that, and y'all can do that together. You know what I mean? It'd probably be suited better for her if y'all do that together. For Niley,
that's good.
You know what I mean? Because my fear is the same way too. Like especially with even like smaller kids, like you said, they see it differently. They not thinking they everything that they do, they've seen it done. Everything that they say, they've heard it said. So like my fear is like I can't go too crazy because I don't want Sincere going to daycare grabbing on little girls' butts and shit. Like because that's what he see me do with his mom, and I kind of keep that in my mind and I don't go too crazy in front of him.
Too crazy,
but, yeah. But when he get older, then I can have that conversation. Like this is what I do for your mom because I'm grown. I'm a man and you are a kid, so you can't do that. You know what I mean? We'll have a deeper conversation on it later, but you just gotta just be honest with them, bro. They listen to you, and it's gonna be the first time that they hearing it from you, so they're gonna take you rather it be the first time that they're hearing it from you rather than the first time that they hearing it and experience it outside. And that's almost with everything.
I can't add nothing.
That should be. That's definitely. Yeah, it should be rough, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I'm scared. I'm just super cautious. Like I'm being super cautious, bro.
I'm trying to learn that uncomfortableness is growth. So, you know what I mean? Because that's an uncomfortable situation, y'all gonna grow out of that situation. I'm trying to learn that within myself. I don't like being uncomfortable.
I don't think nobody does, man. But once you have that understanding why you're uncomfortable and where you need to go, it goes back to the goals things. You kind of have to be very uncomfortable to get to where you want to be. You know what I mean? If you're aspiring for something, you can't be comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're sacrificing along the way. And I think it's the same thing when you're raising your kids. It's uncomfortable in certain situations when you don't know where you're headed. But as long as you trusting and you're you keeping yourself aligned, you'll be all right, man. The biggest thing I be trying not to be up on my girl butt and stuff like that when the kids be around, because like you said, they watching everything.
What Lauren Hill say? You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
Fucking Lennox is wrecked, man. Lennox is such a parent, bro, physically and with her words.
Yeah, gotta be careful.
It should be bad, bro. I walk by, smack my girl ass.
You're just like heaven to touch.
She right back, smacking my girl ass.
Nah, it's like, be on the same type time too.
Stop that. Like, stop
yo,
that,
chill
bro.
out.
Like
that's
the other day, bro. When I say, I said my Lyric be trying to climb out the fucking high chair. Shit is scary. Like we can't leave her alone in the high chair no more. She know how to get out that motherfucker.
Strapped in too?
Doesn't matter.
Do y'all got yeah? It's only like the tall joint.
Y'all gotta get the little Jones low.
Yeah.
Forget that. No, the one that's just on the floor.
Right.
We got these little chairs.
Out of that. She got the joint. That's what she got out of first. That made us get the big one.
Yeah, but the big one put her more at risk because if she fall out of that motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Bro.
Yeah, I know.
Lyric, I said, yo, Lyric, sit your ass down. So, that's what I say, Lyric, sit your ass down. Bro, I'm upstairs getting dressed. My Lyric and Lyric's on the couch and shit. That's what they do, they shit. She's learned not to fall off the couch no more. Forgot to say all that. She don't fall off the couch no more. But they downstairs on the couch and shit. All I hear is, Lyric, sit your ass down.
And I was just about to say, I can't tell y'all how to parent, but we got to watch our mouths around these kids, bro, because they pick up on what we say, bro. I was just at the park yesterday with Sincere. These little motherfuckers on the park, bro, they like 6, 7, 8, because I'm hearing them talk about how old they are. These motherfuckers is cussing. The other kids is telling the other kids, like, oh, you can't say bad words. I can say bad words. It was like, you just said the N-word the other day. These little Mexican kids, too. Like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I got Sincere there or something. Like, I'm trying to get him away from them because I don't want him picking up because he's in his mocking stage right now, bro. But then I'm like, that put me in a weird position because I'm like, damn, these not my kids. I want to tell them, yo, watch your fucking mouths. Like, but I can't say that because I can't. You're not mine to parent. But, bro, we got a long way to go in this shit.
Watch your mouth around your
That
kids.
shit is hard, bro, because I'm a cursor. My daddy was a cursor. I'm a cussing ass nigga. Like, that's what I do. If y'all watch the pod, y'all know that's how.
But we can do that here. But we gotta watch it around the kids.
I might have been one of them 6, 7-year-olds cussing on the park.
Nah, I was for sure a young boy. I was for sure cussing like a motherfucker as a young boy. But what I learned is they say a person who uses profanity lacks vocabulary. And none of us lack vocabulary. So if you go through these episodes and you watch not necessarily me, but if you watch, like I might change certain wording because it's easy just to cuss, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But when you keep that in mind, when you keep that in mind, then it'll be better, you know what I mean? We're grown, so we can do whatever we want. But when it comes to raising these kids, you want to give them an opportunity to maximize their vocabulary for all the way across the board.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, all right, man. I think we have to wrap this one up 'cause I got to go back to work. But before we leave, I'm making tomorrow. I'm making a big leap of faith. Me and my wife to be Brianni. We're getting married tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Big ups. Big ups, man.
Congrats, my boy.
Yeah,
Congrats,
man.
my boy.
Been
Like-
been 9.5 years of. Oh man, her dealing with my crazy ass.
Like I said, bro, I've known you for a long time, and again, shout out to Brianni. I wish y'all nothing but happiness in y'all marriage, nothing but peace. You know what I mean?
Thank
and you know what I mean? Shout out to her because I've seen you grow, bro. I haven't obviously I haven't known her as long as I've known you, but I can only speak to you, bro. I've never seen you this way. I've seen you happy. You know what I mean? Just growing as a man, and you giving that to your kids, bro. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, bro.
Thank you.
Shout out to
Thank you
Brianni.
very much, man.
Did my boy right,
Appreciate
man.
y'all. So when this airs, I'll be married.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro.
This-
That's hard, man.
This has been
That's hard.
episode 6 of
Episode
Fatherhood
6.
Forward.
See y'all next week.
Peace, love.
Love and peace.
I'll